During COVID, it takes a brave doctor to practice medicine because if they did, they'd lose their license for prescribing actual treatments for COVID 19 that would work. And many doctors lost their license, and the other ones went for the money. Here's the deal.
Hey, freedom lovers, this is Dr. Peterson Pierre with America's Frontline Doctors bringing you today's Daily Dose. So if these shots are really that bad, why is your doctor not warning you about the side effects instead of pushing you to get more shots? Shouldn't your doctor have your best interests in mind? Here's the brutal truth about why they're lying to you. Doctors are afraid to tell you the truth about these shots and the side effects because they may lose their ability to practice medicine. Shocking, I know. But the reality of the matter is remdesivir is the only standard of care drug that is approved for the treatment of COVID, even though it doesn't work and it has terrible side effects such as kidney and liver failure. The other fact of the matter is hospitals get paid an enormous amount if they use remdesivir, 20% surcharge on the entire hospital bill. They also get paid extra if they use a ventilator, and they get paid extra for COVID deaths. So for each patient, you're looking at about a $400,000 to $500,000 bounty.
They get paid
Now,
extra
all
money
this
to
persecution doctors have
test
been
for
facing
COVID.
has been cemented into law in the state of California with Assembly Bill 2098, which declares that anything against the narrative will be considered professional misconduct. So, as a patient, you have a doctor who is not sharing information with you, who is not telling you the truth. California bureaucrats are destroying the medical profession because science can only advance with the free exchange of ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, only the truth can set you free. Stay tuned for the next Daily Dose.
Attorney Thomas Renz, hospitals are murdering people. Backed by Dr. Fauci and NIH protocols, hospitals receive a 20% bonus on the entire patient bill if they prescribe remdesivir, which gives a 25% death rate. And a 29.8% kidney failure sepsis rate.
Doing so with knowledge. They are aware that what they have doesn't work. They're aware. We've got some real powerful whistleblower information that continues to come to us. We have some true heroes that are putting this information out, and these are people who are selfless. They're putting themselves at risk. They're putting themselves at risk to get this information out. These hospitals are murdering people, and they're doing so with knowledge. They are aware that what they have doesn't work. They're aware of what they're doing, and we have got to hold them accountable. They're hiding behind NIH protocols, and they're going to try and suggest that there's no malpractice because everybody's doing it. But guess what? Malpractice and any defense for malpractice does not cover intentional torts, and that's where we are. Let me share some information with you all. I have this on remdesivir. What we're seeing from remdesivir is a 25.7% death rate, a 29.8% kidney failure or sepsis rate. This is a mind-blowingly high number, especially when they're trying to attack ivermectin, where you see basically no side effects. Hydroxychloroquine, basically no side effects. These things are so much safer, but yet we continue to put remdesivir in. We see intentional torts being committed, batteries, and wrongful deaths, amongst others. And they're being committed under the guise of treatment, but people are saying, don't give me remdesivir, and they're doing it anyways. That is a battery, okay? That is absolutely a battery under about any law that I can think of. If I say don't touch me and you touch me, I say don't punch me and you punch me, these are things you just can't do, So we have absolute, there's no question. If I say to you, don't touch me, don't put me on this treatment, I have that right. The hospital doesn't have the right to force you into something you don't want.
According to John Budin's investigation, 80 to 90% of the COVID deaths he's examined are fraud. Hospitals receive big money for each step of the COVID death process. $13,000 per each COVID patient, $39,000 for putting a COVID patient on a ventilator. So $13,000 for each COVID positive PCR test. Let's read more, shall we? Plus, HHS added a 20% bonus on the entire hospital bill if they administered remdesivir, a drug so toxic it earned the infamous nickname "Run, Death is Near." So, with regard to all of the hospital protocols, call it murder, because at some level, somebody knew that they were doing it. And there's a link. Personally, I was forced to take a PCR test against my will or have my hospital operation canceled for a life-saving valve operation. And Letty at Rotama Nursing Home, Corpus Christi, forced me to take a PCR test, and it came out negative. She still canceled my heart operation, which I had 6 months later, and only to die on the operating table with a stroke and have to be paddled back to life and permanently damaged. Thanks, Letty.